Hey everybody, Jake with Myers Flies. We're going to tie an egg pattern today. Typically, I fish an egg pattern year round just because eggs are in the water. Obviously more so at different times than others, but it's an attractor pattern. Fish are used to eating them, and so I tie up these eggs. Usually I use the ecstasy fly yarn that we sell at the shop. That's made by Flybox over in the UK, and right now with this coronavirus epidemic, their factory's literally running on a skeleton crew of just like 2 people. It's been crazy trying to get material from them, but we started to look for some other yarns, and so we found this from Spirit River. It's been around for a while. It's the UV2 yarn. So it's a UV2 Roe Yarn. That's the name of it. And then Fluorescent Salmon Egg is this color. We have several different colors available in the shop, but it's got a really nice shimmer to it. It's got the like the cotton material that's there in the yarn itself, but then throughout the yarn it's got these little synthetic fibers that really give it a nice shimmer when it's in the water, kind of like a real egg, how it looks kind of slimy and real just translucent in the water. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this up for you. It's a real quick tie. I use these Daiichi 1510 egg hooks. These are tremendous hooks, very strong, and of course it's Daiichi, so it's tried and proven. And then I've got a 1/8, just a brass bead. You can tie this with a tungsten bead. In fact, a lot of times I do tie these a little bit heavy and use them on the bottom as an anchor fly. I'll put like a 3.5 millimeter tungsten bead. You can even go up into a 4 millimeter tungsten bead, and then put like some lead wraps behind it and just make it a little bit heavier for you. But at any rate, this is just the standard tie here. I'm going to take a little bit of crystal flash, and we're going to tie this in right there behind the bead. And I only go back to right about where the hook point is, and then we'll just cut this off. I've got these in my Regal vise here, and I usually go to the same spot all the time with that tail, just a little mark that I use. Then what you're going to want to do is when you preen this fiber back, you'll see there's a way that it just lays back naturally. If you go the other way, it kind of just stands all out. So you want to just preen it back this way so it lays down flat. And then on the very tip, you just want to pull out some of that fiber, and you'll expose the 2 little cords. You can see the 2 cords that are in there. That's what the yarn is spun into. And then we're just going to tie that right in there, right behind the bead, and then right back up. Now I don't make these too big. 5 wraps probably is about it. So you're not using the whole hook. But I'll pull that down, pull up, and then just keep preening back like this. And then what that does is it kind of lets you layer the egg yarn as you wrap up. If you do not do that, it can get real clumpy, and the egg will actually unravel on you because it's not tied tightly. This allows you to get a nice tight wrap, and I go right back up in there to behind the bead, and then I separate. You want to separate those fibers because you're going to tie in. I'll do about 2 wraps, get it nice and tight, pull down that 140 denier. You can really torque on it, and then I'll just kind of build that up right behind the bead there a little bit till I start seeing some of the red thread, and I'll snip that fiber right there, and then you are ready to whip finish. About 6 turns there, get it nice and tight, and there you go. That is easy. I'm going to take a little bit of Solaris Bone Dry and just put a little dab of that on there. That'll sink down into those threads. I'll hit that with my UV light. You can see how that egg yarn really starts to glimmer right there, and as it's sitting in the water column and the sun comes down and pops through and hits it. But this is a very, very effective pattern. This gets in the water and it just gels up. This stuff works really well. So check out that UV2 Roe Yarn. That is at MyersFlies.com, or stop down at the fly shop here in Dallastown and check us out, and we'll be more than happy to help you. We got a lot of different colors of this new Roe yarn. I used it just recently in a trip up north, and man, did really well. Wild fish, stocked fish, anything. They really responded well to this in different colors. So check it out. And as always, take a child hunting, fishing, get them out there in God's great creation, and teach them to respect the land and pick up the trash as they leave, and leave it better than they found it, so we can enjoy it for many generations to come. God bless. Thanks for watching.